The contract is signed. Both parties agree. The deposit is in. The clock is now running. Most new agents feel relieved at this moment, and they shouldn't. This is where the real work starts. And if you don't know what to do in the next 24 to 48 hours, you'll be behind for the entire transaction. In this episode, I'm going to walk you through exactly what happens the moment a contract is executed. We're going to follow the flow chart, the agent track, the mortgage company track, the title agent track, and I'm going to tell you what every player does in order from contract to keys. And if you have not watched episode 1 yet, go back and watch that first. You need to know who the key players are before we talk about them. So let's get started and understand that each state is completely different. For example, New York is an attorney state. We do things a little bit different, but this is generic information. So let's get started as we move forward. We start with what we call the real estate agent track. The moment the contract is signed, meaning all parties have signed and the contract is fully agreed to, your job is to get the contract into the right hand immediately. You'll submit the proposal offer to the listing agent. Once it is agreed by all parties and the contract is executed, you are now on the clock. Do not wait until tomorrow. Do not finish lunch first. Same day, same hour if possible. The contract goes to 2 places immediately. The mortgage company, the title company, and the attorneys should already have it right away depending on the state. Both of them needs it right now because both of them have work to start. Next, home and pest inspection. These need to be ordered fast. Your contract has a deadline for the inspection period. In most markets, that window is between 7 and 14 days. If you miss it, your buyer may lose their right to negotiate repairs or walk away. Order the inspection the same day the contract is executed or the first thing next morning. If the property is a condo, you also need to apply for the condo certification HOA documents immediately. Those can take time to come in and you need them before closing. Once inspection is done, you review the results with your buyer, and if there is a repair to negotiate, you handle that first. Get it in writing, get it agreed on, document everything. From there, schedule a final utility reading if needed. If there is a holding deposit going to the title company or the attorney, make sure that is sent and confirmed. And in the final weeks, you arrange the final walkthrough. That is your buyer last look at the property before they sign the closing documents. Make sure it happens. Now let's talk about what the lender is doing at the exact same time. The mortgage company receives the contract. They get to work. Step 1, the loan applications process begin. The loan officer is verifying your buyer's income stability, the credit, the debit. They're confirming the value of the property makes sense for the loan amount. If your buyer was pre-approved, this is where the pre-approval becomes a full application. It goes deeper now. The real numbers, the real properties, the real due diligence. Step 2, appraisal is ordered. The lender needs to confirm that the property is worth what your buyer is paying for. An appraiser goes into the properties, evaluates it, and submits a report. The lender will not fund the loan if the appraiser comes in too low. And at that same time, the processor is verifying your buyer's credit history, employment status, and confirming that they have significant funds to close. Bank statements, pay stub, W-2, tax return are all in. Step 3, the buyer is instructed to obtain a home insurance and a flood insurance if the property is in a flood zone. The lender requires proof of insurance before they will close. Do not let your buyer wait on this. Get it done early. Step 4, information is gathered and packaged for underwriter. The process is put the full file together and submits it to the underwriter. Step 5, the buyer submits for the loan approval. There's the underwriter reviews everything. They may come back with conditions, additional documents that they need before they will issue a clear to close. When conditions come in, your buyer needs to respond fast. Every day of delay here is a closer to blowing a closing date. Step 6, mortgage company sends closing instructions and the final loan closing costs to the title agent. This is a handoff. The lender passes the file to the title so the phone numbers can be prepared. This is the mortgage track. Step 6, all of them has to happen before you can close. Now let's talk about the title track. The title agent receives the contract the same day you send it, and they get to work immediately. Step 1, title work begins. Tax information is ordered. The transaction team opens a file. Your deal now exists in their system. Step 2, an abstract begins a title search. This is the deep research phase. They are going back through public records, sometimes decades, pulling every document ever recorded on the properties: deed, mortgages, judgment, liens, and easement. The title searches include 3 things: the history of the property, the owner of the record, and the lien of the record on the title. If there is attached in the property that could affect the buyer's ownership, they will find out. Step 3, an examiner reviews the title work. They analyze what the abstract found. They are looking for problems and all liens that are never released, and an easement that affects how the property can be used. If they find something and it has to be resolved before closing, this is not optional. Step 4, a commitment to issue the title insurance is forwarded to all parties. This is the title commitment. It says, here is what we found, here are the conditions, and we need satisfactions. And if those conditions are met, we will insure the title. Your buyer should read this document and you should understand it. Step 5, the processes work on pre-closing issues: ordering payoffs from the seller's existing, ordering any survey if needed, clearing any adjustment, confirming the balances, getting anything cleared up on the final numbers or accurately. Step 6, closing and funding occurs. Legal documents are recorded, title issues, title policies are issued, and that's it. The keys are in their hand, and welcome home as you will greet them. Now, all track 3 runs at the same time from the same moment the contract is signed. Your job as an agent is to keep all 3 moving. So you are one who knows what is happening on every track. Your buyer does not. Your seller does not. You know because you are the manager. That means you are checking with the loan officer weekly. You're confirming the appraisal order. You're following up with the title company. When the commitment comes in, you are making sure your buyer gets their insurance. You're scheduling the inspection before the deadlines. You do not wait for problems to find you. You find the problems. That is the difference between an agent who closes deals and an agent who loses. This is the full transaction from contract execution to closing day. Mapping out track by track. Print the flow chart, put it into your desk, know it cold. Look, you can rewatch this video 10 times. You could print the flow chart, but there's a ceiling on what a YouTube video can do for you. The agent on my team don't just know the transaction, they run it autopilot with the transactional coordinator handling the paperwork, inside sales agent feeding their leads, and a coach in their corner the day a deal goes sideways. That's the difference between closing 6 deals a year and 24 or more. If you're done playing solo and ready to plug into a system that's been built and tested for 24 years across New York to Carolinas, email us at joinnyrex or text me directly here at Your Real Estate Experts. Hey, I'm Rummy Dhanoa, and never give up on this. In 25 years, I want to help you grow your business too.